The number you have dialed has been changed. The new number is... Please note, the new number is...
There we go. Hello superstars, there's Lana trying to feed the new fish. Little baby ones popping up everywhere. Welcome to Earth Sanctuary. Indeed Thursday, another day for global rescue. It's a fantastic transmission today. None other than perception and reality. We all have a different understanding of perception and reality depending on our environmental constraints and indeed our spiritual evolution of who we are. We live in such an amazing time of climate change and a greater consciousness of extra-dimensional activity. We get questions all the time about why haven't the Federation landed, why haven't the Star Leagues and the unified forces of the galaxy come here and saved us from the perils of mankind, because there's no greater people to save us from mankind than ourselves. Do we really want to be helped? Do we really want to be saved right now amongst this magnificent opportunity that we can get together from brothers and sisters from one nation to the other, from one culture? If we're to become a galactic society here on the planet Earth, then we've got a bit of work to do. It's a bit like an Olympic Games, yeah? We've got to show that we are qualified to enter the galactic realm. It is a game of consciousness. We are all required to get out there and motivate people. Instead of how about those Mets, how about we just go to how about those UFOs? How about those Syrians? How about those Pleiadians? It requires us, like here at Earth Sanctuary, where we've conducted thousands of shows just getting people ready for that consciousness shift. It's about motivation. It's about getting out there and making this dimension happen. Consciousness is such an amazing environment, but the fourth and fifth dimension are reliant on this consciousness being adequate and being ready for this change. So get out there and make a change. You're special, and this is about humanity pulling together in a time of perceived crisis. And I say perceived because what is a crisis? Your crisis is different from my crisis, and so on from one person to the other. But let's just remind ourselves that reality is different for us all. Use this opportunity, team, to start motivating people around you. It's just so important that we together as a human society on this planet Earth become a galactic society, but we've got to do it from within. Let's just not wait to be saved, eh? It's a bit of a cop-out. Let's get out there and motivate people to change. It has to happen because it's going to happen. So just ride the wave, wax up your surfboard, and let's just go for a big surf, eh? You've got nothing to worry about. This is a great subject. I'm going to cross over to Tommy and myself at the Global Rescue headquarters here at Earth Sanctuary, and let's talk about emergency management, perceived, perception and reality. Back shortly. Welcome back. This is Global Rescue Emergency Management. What are we looking at today, Tommy?
Well, Danny, Global Rescue, we're always talking about emergencies and preparation and response, getting yourself ready for all sorts of hiccups that can happen in life, be it environmental, be it social unrest, but it all comes back to the mind. Today we're going to look at perception and how we can sort of attune our mind to be a lot more relaxed in these situations so we can achieve the outcome that we want.
Yes, that's a very good idea, Tommy, because we talk about the skills. We've been doing Dr. ABC in the last couple of weeks with Global Rescue. We looked at EAR, we looked at CPR, but more often than not, when you go and do these first aid classes and these skills training, we tend to forget about perception and just the basic understanding of, well, I guess it goes into your danger category as well, but perception is essential.
Yeah, it's a funny thing, Danny. When we panic, when we get sort of disturbed and agitated, it's something happens in the mind. We become forgetful. If anyone's ever lost their keys and they're searching fanatically for them, it's funny how you block out your memory and you get pissed off and all concerned and things go pear-shaped. It's when we panic, when we get anxious, the simple things get neglected, and particularly with emergency, they are simple things we're trying to achieve, particularly in first aid when we're dealing with oxygen and circulation and this basic mechanics of the body. But that doesn't mean anything unless you're prepared to slow down and take a big deep breath and try and approach it as simply as you can. That's right.
So, I mean, we ourselves, when we look at the whole array of pharmaceutical drugs which are out there to assist patients in a variety of different problems and challenges, we ourselves are a chemical factory. There is an amazing complex release of chemicals from your endocrine system, and with a little bit of common sense and understanding and education, we can try and be a little calmer in these stressful situations.
Yes, that's right. We often underestimate the power of assurance and just to be present with a person during a time where they're vulnerable, they've been hurt, they're injured. Sometimes being there, providing them with mental support, and just the fact that they're going to be okay has a greater effect than often even the substances and the pharmaceutical chemicals that we pump into their bodies. It's wonderful to have another human being render help and to provide support and to be there for you. Psychologically, that sometimes has a greater effect on the recovery of a person than any sort of treatment you specifically give them.
So a bit of laughter might be good.
Comedy. We talked about this. What was the saying? Entertain the patient and let nature do the healing.
That's right.
Ponder.
Do we think we could be in a position where we think we know what nature's doing?
Intelligent old nature, super nature. This transmission is on perception, and that's what it's all about.
It's a fine line.
It's in the mind, man.
It's in the mind. Treat the patient. We do not really see reality, we perceive it. The understanding of this truth is the fundamental neuro-linguistic programming principle. It is a subtle but important distinction to inwardly know that what we see is an interpretation of reality. Why is this important? Because we are always providing our own interpretations of reality based upon our own subjective, faulty or biased paradigms. This affects not just how we understand the world, but how we understand people. Here are some of our favourite illustrations of the fragility of our perception. Now here's a couple of optical illusions. If you just stare into the circle, right there in the middle, you should be able to see pulsating energy generated from the centre of the circle. Okay, here's another one. Rightio, and this one's for the fellas. In a few seconds, boys, you should be able to notice that there is a boat in the background. Have you seen it? Can you keep your eyes on it? Pretty hard, isn't it? Can you see how your perception can be biased? Just as one object can give rise to multiple percepts or understandings, so an object may fail to give rise to any understanding at all. If the understanding has no grounding in a person's experience, the person may literally not perceive it at all. Does this remind you of anything? Perception alters what humans see into a diluted version of reality, which ultimately corrupts the way humans perceive the truth. When people view something with a preconceived idea about it, they tend to take those preconceived ideas and see them whether or not they are there. This problem stems from the fact that humans are unable to understand new information without the inherent bias of their previous knowledge. The extent of a person's knowledge creates their reality as much as the truth, due to the fact that the human mind can only contemplate that which has been exposed to. When objects are viewed without understanding, the mind will try to reach for something that it already recognizes in order to process what it is viewing. That which most closely relates to the unfamiliar from our past experiences makes up what we see when we look at things we don't comprehend. Good on you, superstars. What a wonderful transmission. Join us tomorrow. We're heading down this afternoon to the wonderful, wonderful heart chakra, the biggest crystal on the planet Earth that beautiful, beautiful rock, Uluru. She's our great friend. We've spent many, many years down there playing around in the glow of the rock. So we're heading down this afternoon. We've got a couple of mates together, and what a wonderful Holy Joe's Friday it's going to be from the spiritual grounds of Uluru and Katajuta. It's just going to be magnificent. We'll see you tomorrow. Have fun.